Hello everyone. Today we'll go to lesson 4. It is a fraction addition. So from today, we'll go over fraction and mixed number operations. We'll start with fraction addition, and after that we'll go over mixed number addition. Okay, so for fraction addition, we will divide it into different cases. Then we can memorize how to do it easier. Okay, so the case 1, we have a own fraction have the same denominator. Okay, so what does it mean? So it means like we have a two fraction, for example, a over b plus c over b. So you can see they have the same denominator, b, right? So in this case, we'll add the top parts together. It means we add the numerators together. Okay, but for the denominator we just keep b. Okay, don't add 2b together, don't add 2b's together like this. It's totally wrong. Okay, we only add the top parts, the numerators. Okay, and for the denominator we only use 1b. Okay, it's the same b as two fractions a over b and c over b. Okay, only keep 1b. Okay, so for example, if we have a 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5, so you can see two fractions here, they have the same denominator 5, right? And based on the formula above, we only need to add the top parts together. It means we add 1 with 2, and then we keep unchanged the denominator 5. Okay, just 1 5. Okay, only 1 5. Okay, we don't have a 5 plus 5. No. Okay, a big no. Okay, so and then the result we have is 1 plus 2 is a 3. That's the top part. And then the denominator, the bottom part, is just 5. Okay, so 3 over 5. So it's a two fraction. So if we have a more than two fraction, let's say if we have 1 over 10 plus 3 over 10 plus 7 over 10. Okay, let's say we have a three fractions, or even we have a more than three. We have hundreds of fractions, but if they have the same denominator, like this case, we have a 10, right, as a denominator, always just add the top part together. Okay, 1 plus 3 plus 7. Okay, and then the denominator is just 110. Okay, only 110. It's not 10 plus 10 plus 10. It's not at all. Okay, just 110. So, and then we have the answer is 11 over 10. Okay, and if we have another example, let's say we have 199 plus 499 plus 699 plus 799. Okay, something like this. So you can see for those four fractions, they all have the same denominator, 99. Okay, so just keep 199 at the bottom. Okay, and then we add the top part together. So 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7. And the answer is 18 over 99. Okay, so the result must have the same denominator as the children fractions here. Okay, and the top part is just the sum of all the numerators. So 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 equal to 18. Okay, so that's case 1. Now we go to case 2. So the case 2, we have our own fractions do not have the same denominator, but one of them has its denominator as a multiply of the others. Okay, so and then what can we do? In this case, we have to find the least common denominator. So in this case, we have to find the least common denominator. Okay, so how can we find it? How can we find it? So in this case, the least common denominator is the biggest number. The biggest, not the biggest number, the biggest denominator. Okay, that is a multiply of the other denominators. In this case, we have to find the least common denominator, which is the greatest denominator denominator that is a multiply of the other denominator. So let's go over example, then it's easier to see it. Okay, so we'll start with an easy example. If we have a 1 over 5 plus a 3 over 10. So in this case, you can see those fractions, they have a different denominators. Okay, 1 over 5 has a denominator as 5. 3 over 10 has a denominator as 10, right? So they are different. 5 and 10 different, okay? 5 different from 10. But we have a 10 is a multiply of 5. Why? Because a 10 equal to 2 times 5. So it means 10 is a multiply of 5, right? And based on what we just said above, it means the least common denominator is 10, right? Yeah, because 10 is a multiply of 5, 10 is the greatest denominator compared with 5, right? So yeah, so and then we have the least common denominator is 5, is 10. So we have to make, we only can add fractions together if they have the same denominator. In this case, because they do not have the same common denominator, that's why we have to find a common denominator. And in order to find it, we have to find the least common denominator. And in this case, it is a 10, because a 10 is a multiply of 5. So if 10 is a common denominator, right? So we keep unchanged 3 over 10. Now, we only need to worry about 1 over 5, okay? So how can we make 1 over 5 to become a fraction that has a denominator as 10? So we know that 10 equal to 2 times 5. So in order to make 5 here to become 10, we have to multiply with 2, right? So, and if you multiply the bottom part with 2, you need to multiply the top part with 2 as well. Okay? Otherwise, you know, the new fraction will be different from the original one. And it is wrong. Okay, so 1 times 2 and 5 times 2. Okay? If we multiply the bottom part with 2, we need to multiply the top part with 2 as well to keep the original value of the to keep the value of the original fraction. Okay, and the answer is 2 over 10. Okay, so now the fraction 1 over 5, we change it into a new fraction 2 over 10. Okay, 2 over 10 and 1 over 5, they are the same value. Okay, because if you simplify 2 over 10, it is exactly 1 over 5, right? So they are the same value, but now we have a new fraction. It has a denominator as a 10. And this new denominator 2 over 10 have the same denominator as the second fraction 3 over 10, this one. Okay, so now both of them have the same denominator, so we can add them together. So 1 over 5 plus 3 over 10, we can write as 2 over 10. So this one become 2 over 10. 1 over 5 become 2 over 10. Okay, plus 3 over 10. Okay, now both of them have the same denominator, so we just apply the rule above. So just add the top part together and then keep unchanged the bottom part. So it's a 5 over 10. Okay, so the answer is a 5 over 10. The answer is a 5 over 10. But if you look at 5 over 10, 5 over 10 is not the most simplified fraction. So we need to do one more step to simplify it. So how can we simplify it? So we already learned how to simplify fraction from the lessons before. It means we have to write the top part into the product of prime numbers. Okay, in this case 5 is already a prime number, so we don't need to worry about it. We just worry about 10. So 10 is not a prime number, so it means we have to write it as a product of prime numbers. Okay, and the first prime number is 2. 10 equal to 2 times 5. Now both of them are prime numbers, so we stop. We just write 2 times 5. And now we look at the top part have a 1 5. The second, the bottom part also have a 1 5. Okay, so we cancel them. And after we cancel them, the top part is just 1. Okay, because of 5, we can write as 5 times 1. Okay, I write like this so it's easier. Yeah. Okay, so the top part we have 1 left, and then the second, the bottom part we have a 2 left. So that's the final answer, 1 over 2, after we do simplify. Okay. Okay, so we go over one more example. Now we go with 3 fraction. So I have a 1 over 20 plus the 3 over 20. Plus the 3 over 4, and plus let's say 4 over 5. Okay, so in this case you can see 3 fractions here. They don't have the same common denominator, right? 20 different from 4, different from 5, so they are not the same common denominator. So what does it mean? It means we have to find the least common denominator, right? But because the 20 here is a multiply let me change let I change the question a little bit. Okay, make it not so special. We have a 3 over 10. Okay, so you can see here 20 different from 10, different from 5, so it means we don't have the same common denominator. So we have to find the least common denominator, right? But we can see 20 is a multiply of 10 and a multiply of 5. Okay, so 20 is a multiply of 10, right? Because a 20 we can write as a 10 times 2. And we also have 20 is a multiply of 5, because we can write 20 as a 5 times 4, right? So it meets the conditions of case 2 here. So that's why the least common denominator is 20. Okay, the biggest denominator among others. So now we already know the least common denominator is 20. So it means 1 over 20. We do not work. We do not have anything to work on it. So just keep unchanged. Okay. Now we only need to worry about 3 over 10 and 4 over 5. Okay, so 3 over 10. How can we make 3 over 10 to become a new fraction that has the same denominator, 20? Okay, and like I said above, because 20 is equal to 10 over 2, so the only thing you need to do is times the bottom part here with 2. Okay, and the moment you times the bottom part with 2, you need to times the top part with 2 as well, to keep, you know, the value of the original fraction. Okay, so now we have a 3 times 2 over 10 times 2, and this one equal to 6 over 20. Okay, and so now we're done with 3 over 10. We already turn it into a new fraction that have the same denominator, 20. So it's done, it's good. So now we keep continuing with 4 over 5. Okay, so 4 over 5, we need to turn it into a new fraction that has the same denominator, 20 as well. So in order to do that, we already know from above, 20 equal to 5 over 4. So it means we need to times the bottom part with 4. And if we times the bottom part with 4, we need to times the top part with 4 as well, like this. So we have a 4 times 4 over 5 times 4. And then we have the answer is a 16 over 20. Now we have a new fraction that has the same value as the original fraction 4 over 5, but we have the denominator 20, right? So and then that's what we want to find. We want to find, you know, a new fraction with the same denominator 20. So now 3 fractions already have the same denominator 20. So now we can add them together. Remember, we only can add fractions together if they have the same common denominator, or we have a common denominator. Okay, so now equal to 1 over 20 plus 6 over 20. It is from the fraction 3 over 10 here, and then plus 16 over 20, and it comes from fraction 4 over 5 here. Okay, and we just add all the top part together, and we keep unchain the bottom part just for 120. Okay, don't do 20 plus 20 plus 20. We don't have it. Okay, only one the bottom part 20, only one number 20. Okay, so now we have 1 plus 6 is a 7 plus 16 is 23. So the answer is 23 over 20. Okay, so that's the final answer. And in this case, 23 is a prime number, right? And 23 is a prime number. And 20 is not a multiply of 23. So that's why this fraction is already the most simplified form. We don't need to simplify it anymore, okay? But if you look at the top part, you will see 23 is greater than the bottom part 20. What does it mean? It means it is we can convert it. We can convert it into mixed number. Okay, so long as the top part is greater than the bottom part, you always can convert it to become a mixed number. And like I said, we already went over it from in the previous lessons, how to convert from mixed number into fraction. And we only need to do, a division, a long division. So 23 divided by 20 is 1, right? It cannot be 2 because 2 times 20 is 40. And 40 greater than 23. So we cannot take 2. We only can take 1. So 1 times 20 is 20. And then 23 subtract 20 is 3. So here 3 is a remainder. 1 is a quotient. And 20 here is a divisor. And the way we write it is like this. Remainder is always the top. Okay? Quotient is a whole number part. And divisor is the denominator part. Sorry. Here is a 3. Yeah. Remainder is a 3. So remainder go here. Quotient go here. And divisor go here. Always like that. Okay, so yeah, so it is a case 2. We still have one more case, but this case is more complicated. Okay, so we will leave it to the next lesson. Okay, to not next lesson, but next time, still lesson 4. Yeah, so we'll leave it for next time. So that's it for today. Bye bye.